Welcome back, everybody. Dave here. We'll try another night out here in our Luxe Twinpeak. We got some new equipment to test out, some camping lights, and we're going to cook a little bit of a dinner here. I guess some people may even call it breakfast. It's currently about 37 degrees Fahrenheit, but it is supposed to get to 23 to 26 Fahrenheit here in a little bit. It's kind of breezy, but this should be a fun night. And like I said, we're going to test out some of these new camping lights. They run on batteries. So we'll get it warmed up in here a little bit, and then we got our solar light on down there. And hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing here in a little bit. Anyway, I hope you all have a nice time with me here tonight, and we'll have a little bit of fun. Really windy out here tonight. Stove's working just fine though. Got our carbon detector out. Looks like we got a pretty good load of wood. I'm not sure whether we'll make it all the way through the night with that. Might have to cut some more, but in any event, feeling good already in here. This is one of those new camping lights. It runs on 3 AAA batteries. It's got 3 different settings: a high, a low, and then it flashes. I guess the signal if you were lost or something like that. But we got 4 of them, and this is only one. I want them. Plus, I got my solar light down there on the ground, and a lot brighter in here than it normally is. And we're letting the stove burn down, and then we'll do some cooking on it. And hopefully that'll be enough wood here to last us at 23 degrees Fahrenheit. I guess we'll see.
Central Virginia, East Central Virginia, Eastern Virginia, North Central Virginia, South Central Virginia, and Southeast Virginia. This afternoon and tonight, no hazardous weather is expected at this time. And now the extended outlook for the period Saturday through Thursday. No hazardous weather is expected at this time. The 5 p.m. area weather observations. At Norfolk, clear. Temperature 36, dew point 16, relative humidity 44%. Wind variable 7 miles an hour. Pressure 30.17 inches and rising. At Newport News, clear. Temperature 34, dew point 13, relative humidity 41%. Wind northwest 13 miles an hour.
Here's that new camping table that we're going to use here tonight to eat our meal on, and we got our Coleman camp chair in the corner. We'll put it up here in a few minutes, and here you can see the temperature. So it's about 35 degrees outside at the moment, and I guess we're coming up on about 65 degrees Fahrenheit inside of here, so it's not too bad. Well, it looks like the next few days will be pretty calm weather-wise. I think so. Might have a mild, slight chance Sunday night into Monday of a passing snow flurry or something. The temperatures will regulate some, but for the next 2 nights, it should be between 23 degrees Fahrenheit and 26 Fahrenheit. Fairly normal for January here in Virginia. Here in a little bit, we'll cook up some bacon, and we'll use some of these English muffins, and we're going to make us kind of like, I guess what some might call an Eggo or something. Egg, bacon, cheese. Let the stove get torqued back up a little bit. I'll just put another log on now. And the bacon is on, man. Get this stuff going, man. You can already smell it. Yeah, I really like these camp lights. Like I said, they got 3 settings: bright, not so bright, and then flash. But this is the brightest setting, and I mean, I can see really well inside the tent, and that was always one of the bigger problems once it got dark, and trying to work your way around everything. But we got some bacon cooking. You might be able to even hear it snizzling over there. And we're going to do our little sandwiches here. Then some coffee. Maybe both at the same time. Oh yeah, sacred bacon cooking. Nothing like the sound, is it, guys? Girls. It's like two pretty good sandwiches to me, plus a little bit of leftover bacon and eggs. Who's coming over? I'd say that was a pretty good dinner. Of course, it's could even be a breakfast, I guess. Staying pretty comfortable in here, everybody. So far, so good. These camping lights work really good. I think it's about 65 degrees in here, Fahrenheit. Well, you can see these camp lights. This is the flash function. And let's see here, we'll change it to, got a little button here on the side. And if I can find it here. Alright. And that's high. That's medium. That's flash. And the flash setting, if you have all four of these on flash, I guess that would definitely call some attention that you're in need of some help. Camping lights are on low now. It gives the tent a little bit more of a glow from the stove. And the little solar light over there, just kind of like an orangish glow. It never does get very bright, but so far staying nice and warm and everything. Gonna put a cup of coffee or a pot of coffee on here in a few minutes and just chill out, man. Still rather windy. I don't know how hard it is to hear or even see the tent moving, but it's yeah, we'll have a little bit of Folgers here. Got the water on. Right on time. Moves up. It is about 32 degrees right now, Fahrenheit. I'll tell you, I've taken quite a bit of height off that wood pile there, so might have to go out here in the darkness and cut some more of it. But That stove really does a good job. Incredible. Plenty of heat. And like I said, this is that Luxe Twinpeak, man. This is 8 feet wide by 16 feet long. And I had to come out of some of this clothing. And the ground one's so mucky, it would really be easy to take the shoes off. I've been trying to get a hold of the tent insert for this thing. It's about 145 bucks, but every time you do, they're in like negative numbers. And I'm sure it's just like everything else. All the toilet paper sitting off of Long Beach, California. Later on, tomorrow sometime, I get a couple of shout outs to do. Snail mail. Finally brought one in from Canada and another one in from South Carolina. Of course, I've let those two individuals know that I have their stickers, and I really do appreciate it so much. And my friend from Canada made a very astute observation that the speed of the U.S. Postal Service, the Canadian postal thing, and even the UK is not even up to snail mail standards anymore. But, I mean, from here into Canada is what, about 500 miles, 600 miles? And it takes 3 weeks for a sticker to get there, and 2 weeks to get to the UK. But at least everything's getting there, I guess. But yeah, like I said, I'll do a shout out tomorrow. Let me give this tent here a good cleaning tomorrow when we get back. Yep, smells like coffee up in here. Almost. I'm starting to hear that little pot here rattle a little bit. Yep, brought the old Yeti cooler out this time, and plenty of goodies in there still. Tell you the truth, after them 2 sandwiches and this cup of coffee, I don't believe I'm gonna eat a whole lot more. And coffee is served. The wind has kind of dropped off here the last few minutes, so that's a good thing. My goodness, that wind is flat picked up again, man. The tent is like rocking back and forth. So far, everything's staying in, dialed in, man. No problems with the stove or anything else. But it's a blowing hard. Another cup of coffee. I mixed the creamer and the sugar in this little container here. That way it's just dish it up and you're ready to have a cup of coffee on the fly. Perhaps y'all can see the tent, how bad it's rocking back and forth when I hold it up here like this. You kind of hear everything creaking and groaning. Yeah. Well, we tried to lay down here in the cot, but the ground is so squishy. I'm going to figure out another way of doing this and get my name on that waiting list for the insert for this tent. And I hear people saying it takes 3 months, 6 months, who knows. But we've been so wet here. We had like 6 inches of rain and 2 inches of snow, and then it rained again, and it's just real squishy. Anything with sharp points or doesn't have a broad foot is going to sink. But all in all, it's gone pretty good. I guess I can't complain other than my cot sinking. Wind's blowing pretty good though. I think we might need to put another log on the fire there. I think I'll just kind of rear back in this chair here and lean my legs up on the cot. Yeah, we still got some good winds blowing up here, but we're still holding the temperature. So hopefully everybody's gonna have a great weekend and everybody's in good health. I'm sure we'll be glad when this pandemic mess is over with, and they're talking about shutting everything back down again here in Virginia. And I'm sure it's probably the same everywhere. Turn your back around here. Hopefully you don't get seasick from watching this tent bounce back and forth. Been alternating the type of wood I put in here. It's that clear stuff, or that brighter stuff over there is stuff that I bought from a local place. Kiln dried wood. The stuff behind it is stuff that I picked up right here around the house, yards and stuff like that. And I'm gonna have to say the stuff that I pick up in the yard catches on fire faster, but the kiln dried stuff that you pick up from, like, say, a Walmart or a grocery store, it burns cleaner, less smoke. I know it's not exactly a scientific thing, but I'd like to hear what y'all's opinions are. I wish this wind would drop just a little bit, man. Lord have mercy, man. Yeah. It is now 28 degrees. It's about 8 o'clock at night. Wind's still blowing. They're still saying it should bottom out somewhere between 23 and 27, depending on how close you are to the shoreline. I'm about, I don't know, a mile from the James River behind me. 5 or 6 miles from Chesapeake Bay, Atlantic Ocean. Harbor is about 3 miles to the south. So, I guess all for Virginia Peninsula standards, I'm kind of inland, but this wind would be a lot more intense if we were closer out in the open. I guess it's 70-something up Fahrenheit up in this tent. Yeah, I'd say this Luxe 3W Wild West titanium stove, it'll work. I believe this thing would probably warm up a much larger tent than this Twinpeak. Woo! You can feel that wind, man. If it's all on stove, man, it'd be almost hard to stay up in here. Man, oh man. So far, nothing's pulled out, no steaks or nothing. Sounds like a Navy helicopter coming over. Yep, heading out across the harbor toward Norfolk Naval Base. Alright, good night everyone. I'm going to start turning these lights off and see if I can't get back in this cot without sinking. Wind is still blowing pretty good. I'm going to put one more log on that stove and close off the damper a bit. And got my carbon detector right here. Get everything all situated here. So I'll see y'all in the morning. Well, good morning. It's about 6 a.m. 24 degrees here, Fahrenheit. As you can see, the tent has a great much condensation on it. I guess a combination between me breathing, stove running, and the sharp drop in temperatures, you know, definitely brought that on. So it's going to take some time to get this all dried out. It's only supposed to get to about 36 Fahrenheit today, so, and that's supposed to really jump tomorrow back to 60 degrees Fahrenheit with rain. Anyway, we're going to get this tent warmed up. Saturday morning, January the 8th, 2022. It's about, like I said, about 23, 24 degrees Fahrenheit, and you can see, I don't know whether we can see it or not, but like frost and condensation all over the inside of the tent as well as the outside. But I can definitely see that these type of tents, you definitely need to get the insert. Unfortunately, it's about a 3 to 6 month wait to get it. But I don't see any other way around it, because once the ground freezes, then you put the tent up and then you get the stove running. The ground turns to muck, and even if you have like a tarp down or something like that, you're still slip sliding away, and the sharp legs of a cot or a chair or anything like that, it just it just sinks, and you really can't take your shoes off. So definitely another learning moment here. But anyway, get this fire going, do some coffee. I've used the Wise Owl Toasty Traveler quilt blanket. It really worked good. And this is a Teton -10 sleeping bag. They work. I mean, just really do good. Again, the takeaway from this whole thing is highly recommend the insert for these Luxe tents, the bathtub, all that, whatever you want to call it. And because if not, you are just going to sink in the mud. It's all there is to it. And especially if you live in an area that is known to stay constantly wet. And that certainly describes this area of Virginia, southeast coast. Always wet. I guess that's why they call it the Tidewater. I'm going to give these camping lights a really high mark. They definitely worked great. I think they were like 20 bucks. They take 3 AAA batteries in there, and with the 3 settings, high, low, and flash. But it definitely makes a dark place manageable. And as you can see, in just in a few minutes, I've had that stove reignited. It has come up to, what's about 47 degrees. Almost, well, actually all 50 degrees almost. Over 50, okay. So these stoves, this is a 3W Wild West titanium from Luxe. Never had a bad experience with it. Does great. Generates more than enough heat for even this big tent. And like I said, this is like about 16 feet long, 8 feet wide. I feel certain that this could probably even, warm a much larger tent. But definitely will cook your food on it and everything else, keep you warm. Well, y'all can see how the whole side to this Luxe Twinpeak just swings open, and it's starting to get to be daylight now. I'm going to let this tent dry out, and you see how the cot goes in there like that. If you didn't have a cot in there, you could probably fit 4 people. Camping lights. But overall, very pleased with it. Need to get that insert. Well, it's going to be a sunny but cold day, man. The tent's finally drying out. Get everything all packed up. Let the stove go cool. Thanks for watching.